Well, this is not exactly what I was hoping to see. The weather this spring has been just miserable, keeping my giant zinnias stuck inside for weeks, and now they're huge. I mean, look at these. They are really over 12 inches tall before they even get in the ground. They're strong and healthy, but they're getting way too big for their indoor setup. But I'm not giving up on them, and nor should you. Today I'm going to show you the exact planting trick I use for these extra tall seedlings, even if yours are leggy, to turn these situation into a massive advantage. This technique is a complete game changer, and I have not seen anyone talking about it. It's going to transform these way too tall sprouts into the strong, productive giants that will be the backbone of our flowers all summer. This isn't a disaster. This is a chance to build a much stronger plant. Let's get these into the ground and set them up for success together. Welcome back to the farm. So how did we even get here? And more importantly, why aren't these seedlings a leggy disaster? It boils down to two key things: starting them in soil blocks and giving them weekly fertilizer. Normally when seedlings are stuck inside for this long, they don't get enough intense light. From the plant's perspective, it's the one and only mission is to find the sun. When the light source is weak, the plant puts all its energy into growing in that desperate race for the sky. The plant sacrifices a sturdy stem and lush leaves, resulting in a long, pale, weak seedling that can barely hold itself up. These zinnia giants, which I started indoors about 6 weeks ago, have been waiting for their moment in the sun, and they just kept stretching. But because they started in soil blocks and got a regular weekly feeding, they grew strong and green instead of pale and weak. The great news is that for many plants, especially zinnias, this extra height is not a fatal flaw. It's a total correctable thing. In fact, we're about to use this height to our advantage, helping the plant build an even better root system than it would have otherwise. We're about to turn this challenge into a major strength. All right, this is where the magic happens. The technique is called deep planting, and it's as straightforward as it sounds. We're going to bury a big part of that tall, healthy stem right underground. First, get your gear. You'll need a tall seedling, like this one, a small shovel, and your garden bed all ready to go. Make sure your soil is nice and loose. You've already worked some good compost into the bed to give these zinnias a nutrient-rich start. Now grab one of your seedlings. You'll see the first little leaves that pop up. Those are the cotyledons, or seed leaves. Everything above that are the true leaves. Our goal here is to bury the stem all the way up to the first set of healthy true leaves. To do that, we need to remove the lowest leaves. Just gently pinch off the bottom one or two sets of leaves right at the stem. You want a clean break, so don't just rip them off, as that could damage the main stem. Why do we do this? Any leaves buried underground will just rot and can invite disease into the soil. We need a clean stem to make contact with the dirt. Next, grab your trowel or shovel and dig a hole that's way deeper than your seedling's root ball. I usually aim for at least twice as deep. You want to be able to drop the seedling in and have the entire bare stem just disappear underground, with the soil coming up to just below the first set of leaves. For these guys, we're at about 8 to 12 inches tall, and I'll be burying a good 4 to 6 inches of the stem. Now gently place your seedling into the hole. I started these in soil blocks, which is amazing because there's no pot to mess with, and the roots don't get bound up. That's a huge reason why they've stayed so healthy. Backfill the hole with the nice soil, gently firming it around the newly buried stem to get rid of any big air pockets and make sure the plant feels secure. Just look at the difference. We went from a towering, vulnerable seedling to a compact, sturdy-looking plant. It looks shorter, but what's about to happen underground is the real exciting part. So why on earth does burying the stem work so well? It's because we're tapping into the plant's incredible ability to grow something called adventitious roots. That's just a fancy term for roots that can sprout along the stem. Lots of plants can do this. Tomatoes are famous for it, and so are zinnias. When you bury a piece of the zinnia stem, the plant cells that are suddenly in dark, moist environment get a signal to change their job and grow into new roots. These new roots will sprout all along the buried stem, creating a much bigger, more extensive root system than the plant would have ever had. This gives the plant a huge advantage in a few key ways. First, stability. For tall flowers like these, giants, which can get 4 feet tall, a strong anchor is extremely beneficial. All these new roots will grip the soil, making the plant incredibly stable against wind, rain, no more flopping over. Second, water and nutrients. A bigger root system means more surface area to slurp up water and food from the soil. That leads to stronger growth, healthier leaves, and of course, bigger and better flowers. This is how you get those massive dahlia-like blooms that giant zinnias are famous for. And finally, drought tolerance. With roots that go deeper and wider, the plant is way better at finding water during dry spells, making it much more resilient once it is established. So by deep planting, we didn't just accommodate a tall plant, we fundamentally re-engineered its foundation to make it stronger, healthier, and way more productive. We took a healthy seedling and set it up for a fantastic season. Now, if you know about zinnias, you've probably heard you should pinch them. That's when you snip off the top of the plant when it's around a foot tall to encourage it to branch out. So since these seedlings are close to that height, should we pinch them right now? My answer is a hard no, not yet. Think about what this plant just went through. We just performed a pretty major operation. It got moved from its cozy indoor home to the great outdoors, and we buried a huge chunk of the stem. While this will pay off big time, right now the plant is dealing with some transplant shock. Its number one priority is to pour all its energy into growing those new roots and settling in. If we were to pinch it right now, we'd be adding another major stress. We'd be asking it to heal from being topped and grow a whole new root system at the same time. That's just too much to ask, and it could seriously stunt the growth or even cause it to fail. The right order of operation is recovery first, branching second. Let the deep planting do its thing. Give these zinnias a week or two to get settled and start pushing out those new roots. You'll know they're happy when you see fresh new growth on top. Once your plant is about 12 inches tall, after being transplanted, and looks strong and vigorous, that's the time to pinch. By waiting, you'll let the plant build its powerful foundation first. Then when you pinch, it'll have all the energy it needs to explode with multiple side shoots, giving you that forest of blooms you've been looking for. If you're getting value from these videos and want to support the channel more directly, I'd love to invite you to join our YouTube membership program. It's a way for our most passionate supporters to help us keep creating this content. In return for your support, members get some great perks, like exclusive behind-the-scenes content and a special badge next to your name when you comment. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, just click the join button below for more details. No pressure at all, but the option is there if you'd like to dig a little deeper with us. Okay, they're in the ground, but we're not quite done. How we care for them over the next couple of weeks is what will guarantee the success of this planting method. First, watering right after planting gives them a really good deep soak. You want to water right at the base of the plant to help the soil settle around that buried stem. For the next week or two, keep the soil constantly moist. Not soggy, but moist to encourage all that new growth. Once they're established, zinnias are pretty tough and prefer deep but infrequent watering. And always water at the soil level with a drip line or soaker hose, if you can. Watering from above is like sending a formal invitation to powdery mildew. And trust me, you don't want that uninvited guest crashing your garden party. Next, spacing. You might be tempted to cram them together for a full look, but with these giant varieties, airflow is your best friend. I'm spacing mine about 12 inches apart. 9 inches can be done to get straighter stems for cutting, but that 12-inch spacing gives you maximum airflow, which is your number one defense against powdery mildew. That, to me, is a worthy trade. Finally, a simple reminder, zinnias are sun worshipers. They need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct full sun every day to be happy. The whole reason they grow so tall is because they're reaching for more sun. So make sure their new home delivers the goods. So there you have it. What started out as a waiting game against miserable weather has been turned into a huge opportunity. By keeping these seedlings healthy, using soil blocks and fertilizer, and then using this simple deep planting technique, we didn't just save them, we set them up to be stronger and more productive than they would have ever been. We've kickstarted a massive new root system that will anchor them, feed them, and fuel an incredible show of flowers. The real takeaway here is not to panic when your seedlings get unexpectedly tall. See, it is your chance to build a better, tougher plant from the ground up. Just remember to strip those lower leaves, bury that stem, water it in well, and give it time to recover before even thinking about pinching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the garden today. If you found this helpful and want to see how these zinnias turn out, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting updates and can't wait to share. Until then, live life in full bloom.